for joining us for the July 2021 episode of the Dr. Fazil Show. We're in the trenches of the combat zone of COVID-19. We have Dr. Fazil here viewing from the binoculars. What do you see on the perimeter, Dr. Fazil?
So, welcome audience to July 2021 COVID-19 Dr. Fazil TV show. Jose, I see that there's some few changes coming to COVID-19 epidemic. The main change I see is the Delta virus. The Delta virus is a new mutation which is happening worldwide now. Let me give you a little history about Delta virus. It started back in India. As we know, they have a huge population, 1.2 to 1.4 billion people live there in a tight-knit community, in a very combined family system. So when this COVID-19 virus spread to that country, they did not have immunization, and that caused it gave the opportunity for the virus to replicate, and the virus is replicating billionth of times per second. And as we know from our experience in the medical profession, that more virus replicates, the more chance is going to get to mutate. Somewhere we're going to get a virus which is going to bypass all the arsenal we have. That includes the vaccine and treatment for COVID-19 like remdesivir and convalescent plasma, and it is survival of the fittest. So that have generated a new virus we call with a double mutation, but this is different than the UK double mutation, and the name of this virus has been given versions, and it has spread. Now in UK, it is a dominant strain. At this time, 20% of the US population have this new strain, and the prediction is what I see that in next 4 weeks it will become the dominant strain in USA.
Dr. Fazil, what is the threat to the U.S. that we're facing since we've vaccinated 65% of our population?
Well, there's a great threat to those part of the population which have not vaccinated yet, and also great threat to those people who have only one shot of the COVID-19 vaccine. So they're still unimmune. And again, as we know, this Delta virus is more contagious and more deadly. That means those patients which have not got vaccine for whatever reason it might be, they are definitely going to be a victim to this virus because they're not using the mask and they are, especially indoor, there's a lot more chance for this virus to spread. And with the new mutation, obviously it is have a lot more capability of causing damage than with the previous versions. So my advice to the audience would be to please go ahead and get the vaccine done. If you have taken only one shot, take the second shot. Be ready because this is just one of the next version, Delta. Who knows, there's another version might be coming after that. So it would be very unfortunate if we do have the vaccine and we don't use it, and in hope that it will just go away. For this pandemic to go away, the whole world has to be inoculated. And that's, if we don't do it, then who's gonna do it? Because we already have it and we're not doing it, then it would be really sad. And the countries which are not very wealthy country, they have their own reason to not to give it, but here we should have no reason to not to have the vaccine. We are in a real deep part of the battle at this time with this COVID. Although, as I said, it is seems like we have no lockdowns and life is back on track, but it can change at any time. It can change at any time. It's not all over till it's all over.
Now you can catch up with all of our previous shows on all Roku devices. Simply search for the Dr. Fazil Show channel and add it to your home screen. View our videos online by visiting our website at www.drfazilshow.com. Our videos are available on YouTube by searching for The Dr. Fazil Show. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. The Dr. Fazil Show is available in multiple provider office waiting rooms across Yuma, Arizona. Don't forget to get your copy of Health Tips magazine and read about this interview, currently distributed across Yuma, Arizona.
And Dr. Fazil, what is this that we're hearing about black mold in India?
So the black mold is, we are seeing that black mold is actually a very rare infection which can happen in any part of the body, skin, tissues or lungs. Generally we see worldwide very few cases every year. But recently it has been another epidemic of black mold infecting people to the extent that they have to amputate the body parts, eyes, limbs, and people are dying of the black mold. And the reason is that they got black mold there is because of the recent COVID-19. People who have got COVID-19 there and recovered, their immunity has dropped due to use of medication like steroids. And this black mold is a opportunistic infection. So if your immunity is low, it's going to spread, and the treatment is very difficult to treat. Once it becomes invasive, the treatment is surgical amputation of the body parts. Most of the time it can kill you. It can spread to the bloodstream. The treatment is amphotericin B is very expensive. Now they have a shortage of that, and I'm seeing that there are a lot of people have another problem now to deal with, that is a black mold. Black mold is a complication of COVID-19 infection. So although we do say here that we got COVID-19 infection, or we will get COVID-19 infection and we'll get immunity that way, but what we're seeing, again, we're seeing from another continent a real-time example that having COVID-19 and recovering is not without any danger. It does have a danger. Like here we see a black mold epidemic on top of the COVID-19 epidemic. And for that black mold, we don't have much treatment available at this time. Very difficult, very painful. treatment and very painful death if it does happen. So we have to be careful. Again, the message stays the same. Please go ahead and get yourself vaccinated because especially those people who have only one shot and have no shots at all, they might get away with the previous version of COVID-19, but the new version of COVID-19, which is Delta mutation, it has no mercy for nobody. It doesn't recognize a race, color, or gender. It is ruthless virus, so we need to act like the same. Kill this virus in the trenches. Kill this virus before it gets to the real threat to the humanity. And it is going to be a dominant strain within the next 4 weeks. By the time this show is being aired, my prediction is that as I see that this is going to be a dominant strain in USA, and again, those people who have not got vaccinated, those are the people who are at risk.
And Dr. Fazil, how's the Delta virus doing in the UK?
Well, Jose, and as we know, UK already got vaccination. As of now, the dominant strain of COVID-19 in UK is Delta virus, and we have seen good results that people who have got vaccination, they were immune from Delta virus. So although it's a new strain, but we still have an upper hand on this thing. So the vaccination did help. So this is not just coming from the gut feeling. This is coming from the real-time example from another country which have had already a dominant strain of Delta virus, and they're still doing okay.
Now you can catch up with all of our previous shows on all Roku devices. Simply search for the Dr. Fazil Show channel and add it to your home screen. View our videos online by visiting our website at www.drfazilshow.com. Our videos are available on YouTube by searching for The Dr. Fazil Show. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. The Dr. Fazil Show is available in multiple provider office waiting rooms across Yuma, Arizona. Don't forget to get your copy of Health Tips magazine and read about this interview, currently distributed across Yuma, Arizona.
What is your opinion on the theory of the lab leak?
So your question is that if this virus came from Wuhan lab or it came directly from bats. So as far as our investigation is concerned, it was a man-made virus because you can tell by looking at the genetics of this virus, the gain of function, for whatever reason it might be. I mean, I'm not pointing any fingers or making any judgment at this time because this is not my specialty. But being in a medical profession, we do know that this virus was man-made. I don't have any expertise that why was it man-made, but we do know that it was man-made. The original virus came from bats, and it was given a gain of function. What the gain of function means that a virus was genetically modified, so it can jump from humans to humans without going to the animals, being more contagious and not deadly. And I think there's a point to be made here, because if it was deadly, it will kill the host and the infection will stop right there. So it is contagious but not deadly enough to kill a lot of people, so it can keep spreading. So this is a gain of function which was probably produced artificially, and since it was man-made, so it has to come from lab. So the lab theory holds. The lab leak theory holds. Again, accidental or not accidental, I have no say on that. But as far as I can put the dots together, it was man-made, and it came from a lab, and it has gain of function. And we know it has caused damages, and we know it has caused a lot of loss of lives, and we know it has caused indirect damages by lockdowns, financial damages, and other medical conditions like black mold in India. So it is real. It is worldwide. It cannot be 190 countries just making up the stories. It's a real virus, man-made. That's the fact. Again, I think at this point, I would just say is that let's move on and try to protect from this virus, and then let the specialists worry about where it came from and how it came from. As a medical professional, my job is to educate my audience, my patients, our public, our community, that please take it seriously and go ahead and get your vaccine and be safe.
And Dr. Fazil, we've heard about some side effects from the vaccine on younger adults. How do you feel about that?
Well, what we have heard that any young adults, 12 years and older, especially 16 to 19 years of age, adults which got vaccine, they got a rare side effect of heart infection. We call it myocarditis. It is the inflammation of the muscle of the heart. That's the most predominant population which has got this complication. And the reason might be because the younger population have a lot more strong immune response, so they produce a lot more immunity against this virus than other population, and that's why they got this complication. But it's treatable, it's not life-threatening in most of the cases, and it is easily be treated by a nominal treatment. So it is there, but again, we are vaccinating millions of people. We do expect some side effects.
Right.
And it could be prevented by modifying the dose in some fashion, maybe give only one shot instead of 2 shots to these young adults, or give a different kind of vaccine which have less immune response. There are options. So we don't have to give the same kind of vaccine to everybody. It could be tailored based on their age and gender. So, those complications could be reduced, but doesn't mean that we don't have to vaccinate those patients or those people. They still need to be vaccinated. As I said, because the reason is not just for them, but for everybody. Because if they have not got a vaccine, even they don't get sick, they still become a host. If they become a host, they're letting the virus to replicate. Once the virus replicates, it mutates. So it is not just for one person or 2 persons. It's for everybody. You don't want to be a host of a virus, or do you? You don't, right? Yes. That's what I said.
Dr. Fazil, what is your message for our audience?
My message to the audience is we are very lucky that we have this treatment against COVID-19 vaccine. Please go ahead and embrace that COVID-19 vaccine. If you have only got 1 shot, get the 2nd shot. If you're not vaccinated at all, please take advantage of this vaccine and go ahead and get this vaccine. That's my message, because that's the only protection we have. Don't do it for yourself. If you think you don't want to do it for yourself, do it for your neighbors, do it for humanity, do it for your kids, because if you even don't get sick, you will become a host, and it will mutate if you are not letting it die, and it will cause more mutations. And again, at this point, we want to get over this virus fast before it becomes to the next level strain. And also we have known that not only if you get COVID and you might become sick from that, and you also have this virus to mutate, but it also causes other complications like black mold. In India, after COVID-19 epidemic, which is still going on, they have a big epidemic of black mold, which is a very fatal condition. That seemed like another complication of people who have got COVID-19 and recovered. Now they're getting black mold. That's my message to the audience. Please stay safe. We'll be back next month, hopefully with better news. Hopefully this pandemic will be over. But either way, we'll keep you updated. Thank you and have a nice day. God bless.
Thank you for joining us for the July 2021 episode of the Dr. Fazil Show in the trenches of the combat of COVID-19. Stay tuned, we'll be back next month.
Thank you.